Hey people, Intro here, Trivia 3, SDL Province, Blue Team. Couple of Chaos fellas, ever faithful Leobuilt is a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero, walking through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption, fighting in melee alongside AP BuCkHead as a Plague Champion. Starts off with a damage over time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, debilitates enemies and supports allies, can also repair your stuff. This is the Cogs of Vashtor elite scheme, looking awesome, innit? Rounding off the team here, Red Crown 555 as a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support, fighting in melee, begins with a refractor shield, can shoot his own fellas in the head to make him fight better, innit? We've got some Vostroyan Firstborn here. On the red team, strongest Latino is a Techmarine, starts off in ranged combat, can get a melee loadout, supports with structures and repairs alongside E1 and a Warboss, a melee hero, walking through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. And rounding off the teams, Klaus Schwab, also known as Overtly generous, with an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Immediate push from Overtly towards the power. I assume the plan is to go for this once he gets a flamer up. On the west side, VP turning blue, is it? Nope. Bolt guns say no. So backing off here is ever faithful. Over on the east side, the Orks are pushing through. Is it double sluggers? It is double sluggers from E1. Lord Commissar doing what he can. Sentinel trying to stay alive. Some of the guardsmen. We've got some scouts helping out here from Overtly. Lord Commissar gets caught in a bad spot and runs away. Sluggers are dropping models though. Sentinel getting some good shots in there. Does not have the ground pound yet. Maybe looking for catechins on first power purchase. Sentinel still backing away, some CSM now helping out, and sluggers eventually leave. Very, very sneaky scouts there, getting that little flanking bolter strike. Not sure how much damage they did. Oh, look at this. Overtly is on the power with flame attacks. And Apothecary getting purification rights. These guys will fast decap it. Heretics coming in to say no. Aspiring champion will pop in. There he is. Bolt pistol and chainsword on that fella. Chaos Lord's here too. It's a 2v1 against Ever Faithful though. Now the Apothecary taking over the cap. Can they kill a tactical marine? Support coming in now from strongest Latino though. Heretics have to flee. More heretics coming in from AP BuCkHead, who's got double CSM up into some Havocs. There's the decap then. They could not get the cap. Overtly off the field. Now it's kind of 2v1 against Latino. Scouts dropping 2 models. They do have shotguns though. Attacks are nice and healthy. Techmarine getting kind of low. There's killed a weak. It's a good hit by Ever Faithful there. Can now grab the VP. Maybe even push on to this power. Although they can't bash it especially quickly. Up in a northeast power, we see Red Crown bashing with Flamer Guardsman, Sentinel in support. No ground pound though. But we do see those relatively quick Catechin Devils on the field being harassed by the Warboss, who's got all sorts of stuff. Bang Bang Hammer. Spiky armor means that the Catechins can't really fight him in melee very effectively. And the Angry Bits. Might need double Catechins over here. Or perhaps into a heavy weapon squad. Nothing for Latino's tax, and we see a Bile Spewer for AP BuCkHead. Does it have a unique skin? Looks awesome with the Cogs of Vashtor. Double CSM, no Eternal War though, and there's a high-powered shot from the Mastercrafted Bolter, suppressing those fellas and dealing a chunk of damage. Do we have a Sergeant over here? We do. Overtly now harassing the power on the other side, backed up by some Orks. And fast capping tax are on it. And we have the customized Storm Bolter in play as well. Sentinel needs to be very careful. There's some repairs coming in. Lord Commissar trying to tie things up. Gets suppressed by the shooter boys. Catechins now. Can knock them off the cap maybe. There it is. Using their grenade launcher. Getting knocked back by shotguns right after. It is double Catechins. Awesome. Always fun to see. Kind of like when you get to see double ASM. Or the very rare double Raptors. Speaking of Assault Marines, we have some up for strongest Latino here. Just coming out of base. Completely stole the power and then noding the power. This is Red Crown fighting 2v1. On the other side, though, they are doing the same thing. 2v1 against this power, and they are capping it too. So they're swapping power, although they stole this one with full gens on it. This one's been bashed first. But it's still 1 gen. Some Nurgle worship there for some health regen. 3.5 per second, I believe. I love the little claws on those heretics. Seems like they'll do some damage, eh? Heavy melee heretics, anyone? Is this Overtly again? Overtly's switched to the other side and is bashing power again. Gotta stop him. It's like you got a man mark him. What is this? This is Ever Faithful rotating to the east side for some reason. I guess this has been bashed already. But it's ignoring the VP. Could have got a cheeky little decap there. Meanwhile, Raptors of Ever Faithful jumping the attacks of Overtly, but he does have the purification rights there. They just saw it. Healing the Apothecary, knocking those guys back. Raptors suppressing when they land. Chaos Lord has the Combi Flamer too. Doing some decent work. Up in the northeast, what's going on? Pathogen's backing off. Ever Faithful retreating out. Red team have got that power back. Pathogens need to keep moving, fellas. It's a pissed off Warboss charging in. Just kicked one to death when he got in there. 465 to 439. A 1-to-1 cap on the VPs. The guardsmen never got their sergeant up. I guess they just used to repair stuff and burn power. Was it going to try and trade firepower with shooter boys and stuff, and certainly can't stand and shoot sluggers really as they're running in. High powered shot was on the Plague Champion, who just healed them with a Breath of Nurgle. Mucus discharge. Havocs are setting up. Heavy bolter will suppress. Doing some good work. Oh, stop shooting attacks though. Stop shooting attacks to shoot the scouts for some reason. Didn't want them coming in grenading stuff maybe. Now focusing on those attacks again. These Raptors are Ever Faithful and they're kind of isolated. Fighting shotgun scouts and ASM. They dropped 2 models, but I think they're okay. Tax lucky not to drop 2. And there's the jump. And here comes Overtly. Scooted forward into a bad spot here, maybe AP BuCkHead. Doesn't have the energy for Breath of Nurgle. That was a grenade that didn't hit the Chaos stuff, I don't think. Tax now have their Sergeant Assault Squad jumping in. Overtly's pushing up really far here. And there's 2 melee heretics with aspiring champions. There's a bilious discharge. And these Tax are in big trouble. And they've got their Sergeant. What are they going to do? There's the retreat. It's super late. And down they go. The Tax are wiped. With a Sergeant and a Flamer. So that was like 45 power spent on those fellas. Not to mention the requisition. So does Overtly replace those guys? He may just get plasma cannons and try to ride it to tier 2 or something weird like a librarian, because he could throw Veil of Time on the sluggers to help them zip around, and the force barrier would be very annoying for the blue team. We shall see. Also means he has Gate of Infinity ready for the Terminators in tier 3. Use your choppers on those sluggers. I almost said use your sluggers. It's a good kill the week. Uses it to escape. Still took a whole bunch of damage, as you can see there. I think he killed the weak up to full. Look, almost lost half his hit points again. War truck on the field for E1. It's a Razorback from Overtly. Don't see that very often. Up in the northeast. Well played, Red Crown. Pushed all the way through. Gets the Apothecary out of there. Does have combat stims and can bash power again. Maybe needs to be pressuring the VP a bit more. But most likely feels like he needs to have his full army here. Sentinel still going, by the way. No ground pound and it's still going. It's done really well. Stormtroopers are in. Getting their assault kit. And there's the Razorback. Overtly is technically the northeast player here. Haven't seen him up here that often. Grenade is easily dodged. Razorback has a decent 55 DPS. Twin linked heavy bolter. can reinforce allies around it, also jump inside. Will work for the sluggers and stuff. If the war truck isn't around, the Orks can use the Razorback to reinforce. Warboss levels to 3. Big flank against Red Crown. Sentinel didn't make it. What about you fellas? Catechins? Looks like they made it. Red Crown questioning what AP BuCkHead is up to. He's been mainly pushing against this power, I think. Now he's rotating to the east, is BuCkHead, and we have a Dreadnought up. Forever Faithful, a Chaos Dreadnought that is. Gonna see a full power bash, all those burners with tons of reinforcement support, and the Warboss can support with the Bang Bang Hammer and his global stuff, of course. These guys leveling up, level 2 on one of them. AP BuCkHead biding his time, waiting for the double CSM to come in. They don't even have a ton of war, these fellas. I guess he shuts them down quite nicely with a single Bilious Discharge. And he does get somewhat decent melee DPS. Look when he gets this thing. 22 melee DPS. Much better than the 8 default. Which is still, for me, puzzlingly low. Yeah, Bilious Discharge really shut down the Warboss movement there. Shooter Boys backing off with their Apothecary Pal. And they do have the War Truck and Razorback support. How are we doing over it? Dreadnought backing off. Aspiring Champion up on the Raptors. And it's melee Techmarine time. Level 2 with Axe of the Mechanicum, Bionics, and the Refractive Field can be a super effective build. You'll see how it does. 435 to 345 on the VPs. Especially if he charges in after a assault squad jump. It's got plasma attacks as well with the sergeant. Fully populated mid-power here for the blue team. Their VP got decapped. These guys don't seem super into recapping it for some reason. What is this? It is, of course, overtly scouts, being all scout and sneaky. They're stealing and bashing the power. I think that las cannon hit the Techmarine there. That one certainly didn't. Bilious Discharge is a bit late to stop the Techmarine running in. And Assault Squad get a good jump. There's a Merciless Strike as well. It's nasty, eh? Dreadnought should have gone into melee with them, I think. Here comes some Heretics. Now we see some Dreadnought melee on retreat. Can't quite get a model, though. Mark of Khorne, Chaos Space Marines, Forever Faithful. Going for a full-on melee build here, well, aside from Mark of Khorne on this guy. Maybe we'll see some Lightning Claws for the Chaos Lord, eh? And Drain Life, maybe, to keep that Techmarine busy. 1-to-1 cap. East side now turning red again. Overtly supporting with the Razorback on both sides when he can. Is the Apothecary inside? No, Apothecary's here. Leveling to 4 and trying to cap the power. Techmarine doing a good job. Doing a really good job. Pushed all the way through and got almost to level 4 here. Now runs away. 424 to 332 on the VPs. Raptors grabbing that. Dreadnought is really far forward. Not much over here to threaten it, though. Looks like Strongest Latino is waiting for tier 3. We can see Overtly has gone tier 3. With plenty of requisition to replace generators and stuff. And we're going to see Terminators soon, I would imagine. 412 to 332 on the VPs. Chaos Lord piling on the pressure. Dreadnought now needs to be careful. Here's a flank. No anti-vehicle stuff here. But it's a lot of stuff. Dreadnought goes for the War Truck. Trying to use that line of sight blocker there. Yeah, Dreadnought backing off as it should, I think. 401 to 332. Double CSM, still no Eternal War. You'd expect Eternal War up to get ready for Mark of Tzeentch and stuff. Razorback is level 2, doing great work. Grenade. Is it going to wipe the Havocs with shotguns here? 6 hit points, 7. Looks like they've got away. Looks like they have got away. 399 to 331 on the VPs. Blue team have taken back a bunch of the east side stuff. They haven't replaced the generators though. That's a nasty wipe. Was that double grenade launcher on the Catechins, I think, wiped out those scouts. Overtly's down to just a Razorback. 387 to 331. Warboss kicking some chaos stuff down. Puts Ard Boys on himself, level 4. Assault squad on the jump. Can the Catechins power melee them down? Well, maybe not with sluggers in there. The Catechins are out of it. Where's the other guys? They're already back at base. Or stormtroopers and stuff in there too. We do have Aura of Discipline. I was hoping to see some Bullgrins up. We do have a Lehman Russ. 367 to 331. Can it take out this Razorback? Did the last kind of miss there? Just needs to chase it back. And he can get it. He doesn't know what's back there though, of course. Over on the northwest corner, Bloodlust is up. Helping out the CSM. Global ability of the Chaos Lord, granting a damage bonus for each attack landed. And you get more of a bonus on melee attacks. Dreadnought, meanwhile, is very far forward still. Hasn't been bothered too much though, has it? Oh, here we go. Terminators are coming in. It's going to be bothered now. Those guys have power fists and will most likely get Cyclone missile launchers. They were toned down. They now have a longer cooldown, but still a very strong weapon. Looks like they could not get any melee action going on the Dreadnought with some Khorne worship helping out. What is this? It's a Lehman Russ. Is the Razorback alive? The Razorback's alive. I guess it didn't get chased back. And here's BuCkHead to help out. Bile Spear, very good for power bashing. Still no upgrades whatsoever on his level 2 CSM, eh? Kassakin on the way for Red Crown now. Nob Squad for E1. Power bashing Orks. Red team taking the west side with Terminators doing the capping this time. Plasma Cannon for Overtly. Consider it on the west side, I guess. Full of power bash, yes. There's a retreat from AP BuCkHead. Helps him rotate towards the west side a bit easier, maybe. Rather than hoofing it over there. Still didn't get their sergeant, these guardsmen. Busy repairing the Lehman Russ. And we got some Vanguard veterans for Strongest Latino. First Company Assault Marines with power melee weapons, including a big old Thunderhammer. And I think it still has that passive knockback chance, right? It's like 15% chance to knock stuff back. Just as regular hits. Big flank. Dreadnought just trying to march on through. Everything else runs. There's some Khorne worship. The Dreadnought stuck. Oh, we saw some drain life there. Mantle of Hate. Managed to target the Slugger Knob in all of that. There's user choppers. And here's some support from Red Crown. With the Lehman Russ, some Kassakin, all sorts of stuff. Big old fight here. Tons of inspiration though from those Terminators, eh? Because they can shoot guardsmen and stuff quite easily, and stormtroopers and things. That inspiration on kill. Warboss having a grand old time fighting some CSM. He loves to kick stuff, apparently, this guy. Dreadnought survived, is getting some repairs as well. And there's some Nurgle worship. Bilious discharging, Warboss leaves. They have prevented a full power bash at least. And there's some Plasma Kassakin messing up those Terminators. Terminators able to get away. No sign of the Cyclone. Oh, there it is. Cyclone coming in. Overtly gets double Plasma Cannons up first. And they are watching the east side, not the west side. Has no way to repair the Razorback. Maybe the Sluggers could help out. Cyclone is dodged that time. And there's the Nob Squad. Getting their Nob leader. Level 2 attacks with Plasma. What about you? You're still full on melee mode. Warboss level 5, he's done well in those fights. Level 6 Apothecary. Need to try and target that guy, it's so difficult though. Level 3 Lord Commissar does have the power sword. Is the Commissar gonna have to defend this side right now? Overtly doesn't seem to be in a hurry to push the power. Blue team have mid-map authority here. All the contested points are blue. Maybe not this one for very long. Back towards the west side kicking off. Vanguard veterans catching those CSM. That's kind of was power bashing, I think. Heretics are in there, and CSM are no slouch in melee. With some support from the Heretics, they could all pile into melee, maybe. They got rid of him. They didn't kill any models, but they got rid of him. There is a Predator tank taking las cannon shots, though. And a nasty flank using the war truck by E1. Those CSM need to be very careful about their retreat. So I don't think this Dreadnought's getting away from this. Yeah, use your choppers on the Nob Squad. They were knocked over, but they're going to make such short work of this Dreadnought. It has a minor melee resistance, only 20%, and down it goes. I mean, it's nice to have that 20%, but against the buff Nob Squad, you got no chance. They got their hammers too. And they're getting bang bang hammer buffs from the Warboss. 5% damage increase, and it's 8% per momentum as well. They're getting insane buffs from the Warboss. You use your choppers on top of that, and it's a bit mental. Could even get combat stims from the Apothecary. Nice power bash from Red Crown. Not letting the red team have this power for free. Razorback's still going. Yeah, I was really surprised the first Lehman Russ didn't chase it through. Oh, we got double Land Raider Phobos, really? That doesn't seem like a good idea. Chaos Lord's down, he's got his big old Blood Maul. Doesn't seem like a good idea because we know we're going to get at least one Cyclone. I mean, it's already up. And he could get multiple Cyclones. You've also got Techmarine that could throw the orb and stuff. I thought we were going to see Great Unclean Ones up. But it's double Phobos. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Dirgecaster chained together twice could be really good. Strongest Latino, calls out the double Land Raiders. So now we'll see what the response is going to be. It may just be I'm going to buff my Nob Squad like crazy and throw them in. The Warboss did fall over though. Going to get revived. Cyclone. A few hits on the Lehman Russ. It's now getting a Vanquisher. It's a dicey time to get in it when you're being chased. Lehman Russ just needs to keep moving, I think. That's kind of Pred's trying to hunt it down. Oh, and Blessing of the Omnisci is active. Oh, look at that. Using the flare to mess up the range of this and getting some good rear armor hits. One more shot might do it. Vanquisher with the las cannon following up gets the kill on the Predator tank. Is this more Terminators? It is more Terminators from Overtly. Looking at the VPs and the armies, I imagine we're going to see a third Terminator squad before this game's over. And they're getting more vehicles. A Chaos Predator on the way. Do not get vehicles. You're going to have multiple Cyclones shooting them. There's the Dirgecaster. Stunning and debuffing units. Phobos counters demons, of course, so you can worship these guys to great effect. Still no upgrades for these poor CSM. That was weird. That Merciless didn't seem to hit them. Maybe they were too far away, I suppose. Look at that Techmarine go. Melee Techmarines are so awesome. War Truck is down. That's more Terminators. Or is it a Venerable? It's more Terminators from Strongest Latino. We now have a Pain Boy to support the Nob Squad, and I don't think this Phobos is going to get away. Double Shrines in there, though, with Bloodletters. And lots and lots of Bloodletters would actually be really good here. Because they'd mess up the Terminators. They do a really good job against the Nob Squad as well. Dirge Caster again. Oh, Warboss needs to keep moving though. That may have been a fatal mistake, that little move forward that it did. Havocs are suppressing a Nob Squad. Terminators do not care though. And they get power fisted in the face. They need base turrets. Where are the base turrets? Or maybe the Chaos Lord. Oh, he went down. Chaos Lord couldn't get in there in time for the Sweeping Doom, I guess. Or maybe it was on cooldown or something. Sluggers do not survive. So one Land Raider's down. Ever Faithful does have tons of resources. Could get Lightning Claw Terminators. I think that is the play. I think that's what you got to do here. And you can set them up with the powerful sweep. 2-to-1 cap for the blue team. Commandos on the way for E1. Chaos Lord trying to soak up damage. Get the demonic visage as well, maybe. I think it's going to go down here. Okay, down he goes. Should get revived quite easily. 282 to 156 on the VPs. What is this? That is Sluggers doing some capping. How is Red Crown doing? Still got his Lehman Russ. Level 2. Still got the Castrican. And he's over on the west side, actually. Can they pour some damage onto these Terminators here? Terminators are pushing for something. What are they doing? Cyclone. Oh, they're trying to get the shrines down. I see. Both shrines are now down. Warboss doesn't get hit by these missiles, though. Oh, maybe not. Single cap for blue team. There's a Bilious Discharge. Plague Champion goes to the fist now. And we can see Mark of Tzeentch, Chaos Pred. 282 to 118 on the VPs. They're trying to pour the damage. Got an Execution Lehman Russ as well. Where's the other one? Other one's in central. Raptors jumping in. Oh, they're going to have a bad time though. Techmarine's there with Vanguard Veterans, although some friendly fire came in. 282 to 115 on the VPs. What is this? That is some Sluggers. Ever Faithful asking for a push. Lehman Russ is kind of facing an awkward direction. There comes the Cyclones. And survives it. Had them duking around. Vanguard Veterans jump though, and they've got their fist now. You can switch out the hammer for a fist for free. Touch of Nurgle. May have saved the Lehman Russ. Quick thinking from AP BuCkHead there. Very quick thinking. Those guys need repairs really badly. Now have some commandos with rocket launcher and a Rocks coming in. Oh, they replaced the Land Raider. They got the tank. There's an Imperial Abyss. Oh, doing some friendly fire though on those Raptors. It might wipe the Raptors. It does wipe the Raptors. Ever Faithful wipes his own Raptors there. Both Land Raiders are still up for now. Chaos Lord flees. And survives, apparently. How about them Lehman Russes? Here's the Vanquisher one. Oh, the other one's back here being repaired. And there's some sneaky Stormtroopers getting a decat. Well played, Red Crown. Back towards the west side. Ever Faithful calling out all three players here. Indeed they are. Yeah, push the mid, I suppose. Blue team. Razorback still back here. Got repairs, though. Got some repairs. How about you, Mr. Warboss? Level 8 Warboss. Red Crown still unhappy with BuCkHead's performance, apparently. He lost some CSM. I think he's done alright. Land Raider still alive. Level 5 Plague Champion with a fist. Could be vital for the capping games. More commandos for E1. Ever faithful nuking his own raptors wasn't great. Got some heretics to try and repair this thing. And the Chaos Lord did survive. Chaos Lord's quite important here for that sweeping doom. Kicking off in the mid. Bunch of Cyclones. I don't think they've been able to kill a single Terminator model yet. It's difficult, isn't it? Whole bunch of Plasma greeting those Vanguard veterans. Level 3 Vanguard veterans though. Warboss charging through as well. So is the... Oh, the Techmarine's gone Melter Gun mode. Cyclones. So many Cyclones. There are 3 of them. There's 3 of them at the moment. 208 to 112. The Orks fighting alongside the first company here, basically. And they're still chasing. It's like 3v Red Crown at the moment. Those guys are sweeping up the west side in the meantime. And a lot of the map is actually blue. Red team hunting for kills at the moment. Need a lot of repairs. They survive. The tanks have survived. His power's being stolen by Mark of Corner CSM with Eternal War and their sparring champion. There it is. 2-1 for blue. A Chaos Predator for AP BuCkHead. Why are these Chaos fellas getting vehicles all the time? Get some Bloodletters and some Terminators and some Havocs. These guys wandered into a bad area. But here's the Plague Champion. Throws up the Pestilence Strike a bit early, I think. Tanking those plasma cannon shots, gets the decap. Might actually get a cap here. Heals himself. Grenade thrown in. Just tanking everything, but does need to run. Pestilence Strike wore off. Blue team taking their natural back. Can the Phobos survive these Cyclones? Now we have 4 Terminator squads on the red team. One of them doesn't have an upgrade yet. Ouch. Are both Lehman Russes alive? They are. It's a miracle. 208 to 39. Dirgecaster stops these Nob Squad in their tracks. And that's a Noxious Cloud, I think. Land Raider now leaves. You can't get rear armor hits on a Land Raider. Those U jammers are still very painful, though. 208 to 33. Who went down? Oh, the Techmarine went down. Near the blue team's base, looks like. They're going to get the Phobos. That's so much damage. With full momentum buffs, so much damage. And they got that Pain Boy support. 203 to 33. Red team, you got to say, red team in the ascendancy here. I don't think the Phobos have done enough. Especially replacing one of them. Could have got Terminators up. Speaking of Chaos Terminators, here they are. And they are going for auto cannon. They're not going for claws. I think they should go for claws. If only to stop the Nob Squad. It is a tough decision though. Auto cannon is great. And trying to deliver them into melee isn't that easy if they've got claws. But if you're waiting for an obstacle to run at you, they can do their job. 175 to 33. Yep, quad Cyclone missile launchers here. Plague Champion coming in. And those guys just teleport out. Phobos under threat. And Power Fists. And look how long it takes just to kill one of these guys. Phoboses are not the answer to Terminators. 156 to 33. No Mark of Zinc CSM. In fact, we got Mark of Khorne. No Bloodletters. Definitely better ways to deal with Terminators that they have access to, these Chaos fellas, that they haven't been using. Here's the Predator with Marco Zinch. They seem to think las cannons are the way to go against the Terminators. It's not the case. You want plasma guns and power melee. Still the 2-1 for the red team. And I think they're going to grind this one out. Triple commandos now for E1. Down goes the tank. Leman Russ is almost level 3. And the Apothecary level 10. Triple Terminators now for Overtly. There's 5 Cyclones on the map. And they got so many vehicles. Here it is. It survives. Red Crown again having a go at AP BuCkHead. Ever Faithful made the exact same composition errors that AP BuCkHead did. Perhaps more, since wasn't it Ever Faithful that replaced the Warboss, or was it BuCkHead? Just chill out, Red Crown. Warboss is level 9. Look at this army here. Blue team aren't giving up, but I think it's done for. Great Unclean One coming in, but a bit too late. Nob squad must be level 4, yeah. At least the red team aren't messing about and they're going for the VPs. An earlier Lightning Claw Terminator squad, some Bloodletters thrown in, and they would have done much better against the Terminators. AP BuCkHead's mistake was not getting Marco Zinch CSM, I think. He had double CSM for a long time and didn't Zinch him up. Maybe he's just loyal to Nurgle. Triple cap hit. And I think the end for the blue team. Level 4 Markov Corner CSM doing some good work. Look at that. Look at that. Tearing through those Terminators. Can they wipe them? Oh, they can't quite do it. Vanguard veterans jumping in. Now being mobbed by Orks, and they're probably going to wipe. Yeah. That was close, though. And the triple cap does it. Red team victory. And it's all because they got that late game Space Marine train going with all the Terminators, and the blue team didn't counter them well. I think Red Crown did okay. I mean, got plasmas up. Did have Leman Russes, but the Leman Russes, they're really tough. And amazing. Maybe some Bullgrins up with Aura of Discipline to pressure the Terminators and make them think twice about planting their feet and using the Cyclones would have been good. But there you have it, guys. Let's have a look at these heroes, eh? Level 4 Chaos Lord. A level 7 Plague Champion. Level 4 Lord Commissar. Techmarine level 6. Level 10 Warboss. And a level 10 Apothecary. Was that? Is that combat stims on those fellas there? Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see ya next time.